Alright guys, so in today's video we'll be talking about the 2026 BMW X7. For the previous last three videos we've did, it's all about the Kia and Hyundai segment. So which are quite a beautiful big vehicle in terms of exterior and interior. But in today's video, we'll be covering the 2026 BMW X7. We've done a review about the BMW S5, which you can check in our video list. So what is new about this 2026 BMW S7? Okay, there's nothing really much about this 2026 BMW X7. Just like last year design, it's still at the same as it is. So coming at the exterior, in terms of the design, the BMW as usual still looks the same breed, and this design has been since 2020. Yes, the major change is the split type um headlight, which is almost the same thing as the Hyundai Palisade 2025, but let me say 80% almost the same thing. Just that the BMW headlight doesn't have a waterfall daytime running light. Instead, its own still remains at the top bar, and then the major high beam and low beam are located below the lower bumper. At the same time, all these split type headlights does makes me to wonder the cost to fix them will be like high. Yes, the cost of their maintenance must be high because like imagine fixing a headlight at that position, and at the same time although they won't be easily to be damaged because they are almost, how would I say it, they are not like halogen headlight that are constantly being changed. They are LED, which are, if anything should happen to it, they will be packed out once and new one will be brought in once. That's what I'm saying. At the same time, it will cost a fortune. And another thing that is a crystal LED headlights. Yes, BMW headlights are always crystal, especially for this 2026 and 2025. But you can option for normal LED headlight, but they do have the optional crystal LED headlights, you understand. And if you are looking at this model, they do have a two trim in this 2026 X7, which are the 40i and M60i. This 40i now, in terms of the engine power, it does come with 3-liter turbo inline 6 cylinder and a mild hybrid, something that you also see in the BMW S5. You get this same type of engine power, you soon get it in the BMW S5. So I do have another thing to say. I don't know much about some of you guys, but you don't need to be you don't need to want to buy a car before you could start watching all this. You can still buy it, like you can still be watching it, then anytime you wanna buy a car, then you know that you'll be ready. Or moreover, you can just follow to be more informed about it. What do I want to say? BMW X7 in terms of exterior is not too very bad. Even the kidney grille, the front headlights, the tail lights, which are also LED with your chrome diffusers at the bottom, which can also be black depending on your option. BMW is still great in terms of exterior design, but I think that um it's right time they change their design. You understand? Because it's becoming so obsolete. Yes, in terms of design, it's becoming so obsolete, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's not bad, but they need to add some few changes in it. Like take Hyundai for instance now. We've talked about the Kia Sorento, Santa Fe, and the Palisade. If you look at the Palisade and the S7 are in the same class of a three-row family SUV. But for me to recommend it to somebody to buy, like if anybody comes to me and asks me, hey Duke, which I want to buy BMW, like I'm looking forward in buying a three-row family SUV, which one would you recommend to me in between Hyundai and BMW? I think depending on your pocket, yes. If you're a millionaire, for Nigeria, if you're a millionaire, I can suggest Hyundai for you. Yes, because the cost of BMW, the cost of its repair here, um, aren't always easy. Though that the performance is top notch, but the cost of repair and the availability of the spare parts is not always available. So another thing in it is the, for me, how I do see the BMW X7 and even this Palisade, how I'm seeing all these three-row SUV is that they are supposed to be a executive vehicle in terms of convoy. Yes, in terms of all this convoy, or just let's use it like that, convoy of a vehicle. That's how I see the BMW. It's just made for the executive. But in terms of family SUV, that's what it's made for. But for me, depending on your region, I will widely suggest Hyundai Palisade for you. It's a very great vehicle in terms of reliability, cost maintenance, and availability of parts. Not that BMW isn't that good, but it's just for pocket friendly. And if you see the Hyundai, they do give a full option in terms of interior design. They do give full option in everything you do want. At least with 70 or 60 something thousand dollars, you can get everything you want, like full option in Honda. That's not like that in BMW. For BMW, you need 100 and at least to get a full option vehicle or something like full option S7 that you want. So that's it I want to say about the BMW S7. Not that it's just so bad, but if you're a Tanzania, yes, a well furnished Tanzania in US dollar, or millionaire for Nigeria, like if you feel like yes, you want performance, you want the, but you can afford the cost, BMW is not too bad, you understand. Then seeing the interior of this BMW S7, it does have a similar interior just like the S5 model. Yes, just have the similar interior. There are same dual infotainment screen display, which are 12.3 for the cluster gauge, which are also configurable, and 14.9 for the infotainment screen display. Your dashboard will be seamlessly covered in leather, and in sometimes they will offer you a two-tone material, which can be gloss wood or black finish or matte. Seeing the coming to the leather seat now, or should I say yes, the seats are also leather, and just like BMW, there's not too much to explain here. If you know really much about them, they do have a, like, their leather seats are much, um how would I put it? They do offer real leather seat. Like their seats are one of the best in the automotive industry. That's what I want to say. And this is also leather heated and ventilated. 16-way power adjustment, which can be optioned to 21 ways with massage. Yeah, depending on which one you do want, but full option will be 21-way power adjustment and massage. And you do have your nice leather steering wheel as well. And coming to the center console, I do want to say some little things about the center console. The center console of this BMW is still great, but after I've seen the Hyundai Palisade, which is the 2025, yes, the 2025 Hyundai Palisade. That's why I say if you have the 2025 Hyundai Palisade, to me it's a good vehicle and doesn't it haven't got the requirement of changing it unless you feel like you want to follow up with time and you have the money. But otherwise, it's still a great vehicle to me, even though I still recommend it more than all these ones now. After seeing the interior of this 2025 Hyundai Palisade, I wish BMW owns were designed like that. The Hyundai Palisade, like, even if you're on a driving, I believe that all those buttons for volume and air condition, you can still make use of it. Yeah, you understand? But for the BMW, I think you still have to be crouching to make use of them, and which they are nowadays, their volume or air condition knob are just as little as twinkle. Following another thing that I do oppose is the gear shifter. The gear shifter is no longer as their like gear stick. Now with just a little toggle button, which some of you will like, but as for me, it's not a good like. I don't like it. Even if I want to go for BMW, I think there are option for that stick gear shifter is more preferable than this little toggle. The interior tech amenities still remain the same. Your head-up display, wireless phone charging, cup holder, big amount of storage. Yes, it's a family SUV, so plenty amount of center storage like center console. 360-degree rear view camera with parking assistance, auto dimming rear view mirror, and your panoramic sunroof. And the panoramic sunroof do look like even the third row, yes, they still get their own panoramic sunroof with your five-way automatic zone climate control. That's so massive. That's the highest that I've seen in a vehicle before. Just like I said, BMW, in terms of performance, they give it to you. But we will recommend that if you have the ability to keep up with their maintenance, you understand. You won't understand all this till you own your BMW, then you understand what they're telling you. BMW, German vehicles are great. You understand? They are reliable, performance is great, but in terms of maintenance, you should just match it. Otherwise, everything will go south for you. And that's just the interior amenities. And such thing do come with the Hyundai. Yes, if you look at the Hyundai now, I think similar um tech amenities as well. The only advantage it does have over the BMW is the blind spot camera. You understand? It's a blind spot camera, which is not a very big deal. And also, just like I do said, BMW is still a great vehicle to say. Coming to the second row seat, as like I do love how they do it nowadays. Something like this captain chair now. I think I do love anything that looks like that. I do love it. This captain chair now, I do love it. And seeing the BMW one is just like saying Hyundai. Yes, they are fully power adjustable on this one. They will be heated but not ventilated in these models. And you still have your climate event over there with your type C cables run over and your storage as well. Moving over to the third row seat is not so bad. It's a family three-row SUV, so everything can be fitted in it very well. Exactly, yes, everything can be fitted, even both adults and children. The tire extension is not so bad, and if you think you are not feeling much comfortable, the second row seat passenger can adjust, I think, for you. Yes, the interior of the BMW is also good, just like the Hyundai Palisade. Kudos to them; they know what they are doing. And also, since just like I said, we do have our third row sunroof here. Yes, third row sunroof, which is a nice feature to have. And the third row seats, people like the third row occupant do have their own zone climate control. Yes, they do have the ability to control their own climate control. Then finally coming to the trunk side, just like the BMW S5, is a split type trunk opener. You understand? And if you look at this trunk, it just looks so similar as the Hyundai Palisade. When it comes to some of these three-row family SUV, they simply look alike, or maybe differ with just a very little thing. You understand? But seeing it like this, it's just like the Hyundai Palisade, which do offer 25 cubic feet of cargo space behind the third row seat, 57 cubic, sorry, 37 cubic feet behind the second row seat, and then with every seat folded down, including the second row seat, you have a maximum capacity of 75 cubic feet. Yes, very large amount of trunk cargo space for you. You understand? And if you see all these things, they are being operated electronically from the rear, which is a very good thing. And you still have your storage underneath the lower trunk of this vehicle. So just like the Hyundai Palisade electronically control theirs from the front, and the BMW also control their own from the rear. So that's it for today's video. Another thing, the BMW have 3.0 liter turbocharged and 6 cylinder and a mild hybrid, which do come with a standard 8-speed transmission and all-wheel drive. You guys copy. So that's a very good powertrain to have in terms of performance and every other that. But if you are looking for compatibility, or let me say cost maintenance friendly, reliability, and just affordable luxury car, Hyundai is the best for you to go for as of this moment of my review. But if you are looking for a high performance, reliable, and not very maintenance friendly, yes, BMW is not maintenance friendly. It's not maintenance friendly. I know why I'm saying this, but if you feel like you have the money, I advise you to go for it. But BMW is best when we are going for the compact luxury SUV, which is the BMW S5. But to me, this their family SUV are for millionaires or mainly executive, something like Convoy. But if you're looking for a family SUV, for now, as much I've reviewed in this my channel, I will recommend Hyundai for you. Hyundai Palisade. You understand? Hyundai Palisade. BMW is not bad, but I have my reason for Hyundai Palisade. But if you're a young guy looking for a vehicle to flex, then the BMW luxury compact SUV is a nice one. You understand? Kia do have their own Sorento or this thing, Hyundai Santa Fe. You understand? But they are not as good as that BMW S5 in terms of flexing. But anyway, guys, that's all I have to say in today's video. So please do like to follow, subscribe, and comment your thoughts in it. Without wasting much of your time, see you guys in the next video.